All right, just to finish our thought on the 3 o'clock game between Calgary and Manitoba in the Masters. Originally set for the Murray Copart Arena, it has been changed to here at Huntington Hills. Those two teams currently sit in fourth and fifth place in the Masters. So that game is essentially a playoff game for those two teams. The loser will be out. The winner will move on to the semifinals. So that's an added game in your schedule. 3 o'clock this afternoon here at Huntington Hills. Everything else is the same as the schedule that is on the CBHA website. All right, right now, big game between Alberta and Saskatchewan. The teams jockey for position in the playoffs. These teams will move on. It's just a question of where they'll finish. They could finish anywhere first to third, depending on the outcome of the next few games. Saskatchewan in the green and gold, as one would expect. Alberta, the team out of Edmonton, the Havoc, in the predominantly white jerseys and the black pants. Okay, we are underway here in this opening period. Priestner threw it across in front. Cormier couldn't get a stick on it. Cormier's got it for Alberta. Cormier tried to get it in front. That was picked off. And back comes Bug. Dump it into the corner. Out to play it is Carson Schreiber. Priestner gets it out over center. No further. He is stopped there, and it's dumped back in by Saskatchewan. Percy Moe up at center. That's stopped, kept in. Dove has got it. Pass over in the far side. And bring it into a corner. That is Scott Drake. Taken away by Moe. Moe setting up behind the goal. Off the boards. That's picked off, kept in. Shot by Beattie. That's blocked, comes back at the point. White trying to feed it in front. Ball bouncing around loose there, goes high over the top of the goal. Hits the mesh. And the faceoff will stay in the Alberta end of the floor. We've played 1 minute, 25 seconds. This important game in the Masters division. We'll redo the faceoff. Boy, we've seen a lot of that this week, where it takes a couple of attempts to get the faceoff done properly. Play it off the boards. Not out. It goes into the Saskatchewan players' bench. Faceoff will be just outside the blue line. Saskatchewan in over the blue line, taken away by Donaghy. Donaghy up ahead to Reed. Reed will dump it in. Again, the ball goes out of play. Slow start to this one. Just a minute 50 in. Face-off won by Saskatchewan. Crossland can't get it out. It is kept in by Alberta. Crossland will try it again. Again, it is knocked down. Over the blue line, but still in the offensive zone. Ball can come all the way back to center and still stay inside the O-zone. Walton hustling back. Will he get to it, or will it cross the goal line first? It'll cross the goal line first. The ball wins the race. And that'll be a flooring call against Alberta. Yet another whistle. We've had a lot of them here early in this game. A little feeling out process between Saskatchewan and Alberta. Ryan North to face off against Jason Cormier. Cormier wins it cleanly back to Priestner. The shot stopped. Back at center, Yarawan into Priestner. Priestner turning, shoots it. That was tipped. Comes here to the near boards. Yarawan hustling up to hold it in. Gets it in front. Shot by Cormier. Went off the defense and just trickles into the goaltender, who will hold on. See if we can get confirmation on who the Saskatchewan goaltender is. I've got two goaltenders listed, 29 to 35. The goaltender's wearing a blank jersey. So just to mess with me this morning. We'll get it, if not before the end of the first period, we'll get it during the intermission. It's either Jay Crossland or Greg Cunningham. That shot goes over the top of the goal. Michael Henschel to face off against Cormier. Henschel wins it cleanly back to his defense. There's Ruben Beatty. Beatty back behind his goal, watched by Mendez. That was Mendez who took the face-off, number 11 for Alberta, not Cormier. Cormier had gone off. Good pass up at center again and couldn't come up with it. Donaghy into DeVoe. They gain the offensive zone. Now it's played in. That went off a foot. Mendez turning in the corner. Mendez with it. Cycles it back down. That's picked off. Unable to hold it in was Koulis. That came out. He cleared it in. Long stretch pass up ahead for Henschel. Chips it high in the air. Ball is bouncing around. Donaghy couldn't knock it down. Offside is the call. So if you like ball hockey, hey, and who doesn't? This is the place to be all day long. We've got 8 games, back to back to back to back, and I could keep going. Last game not scheduled until 9 o'clock this evening. They're going to come one right after the other. Here from Huntington Hills in Calgary. That one ricochets off the boards right down to Schreiber, and he's going to have to cover it up. So yet another whistle, just under 4 minutes gone here in the opening period. Joel Thompson, face off against Cormier. Ball goes up in the air. Knocked down there by Drake. Along the boards. Bassett plays it in around behind the goal. Bug. Got it in front, they score! Getting on the board first, Saskatchewan. This is Michael Bug taking it behind the goal. Get it out into the circle, into the corner, and then coming in off the boards. One to nothing. Saskatchewan couldn't pick up the number of the player, unfortunately, but it is 1-0. Big goal for the Mammoth. They currently sit 2 points behind Alberta. Teams get 3 points for either a regulation or overtime win. So an opportunity for Alberta to move ahead of Alberta if they can win. Long way to go, just 1-0. Here's Percy Moe. Crossland to Drake. Drake over to White. Watched by Moe. He'll drive it in around behind the goal. Stops up there. He'll stop and go. Moe staying with him. Drake maintaining possession. Drake now takes it up along the half wall, cycles it back in behind the goal. Back there first was Drake. Tipped in. Alberta will make a change. Saskatchewan move it up quickly. In over the blue line. Williams. Player went down. Koulis down in the corner. Couldn't get to it. Back at the point. Beattie to Dove. Dove with a long shot. That goes wide of the goal. Taken by Koulis. Koulis can't get it out. Knocked down by Beattie. Beattie will play it back down into the corner. Donaghy on it first for Alberta. Ball bounces up in the air just inside the blue line. Smart play. Kick back to the defense. Hancock's. Down in the corner it goes. Good forechecking here by Saskatchewan. They get it out in front. A shot comes in from Jason Duran and a good save by Schreiber. Good hard work by the Mammoth. Created that scoring opportunity. As the action picks up a little bit after a slow start to this one this morning. Game time 10:30 Mountain Time here in Calgary. Another chance for Saskatchewan as they continue their relentless forecheck, cycling, possession game. Then they turn it over. Alberta can't get it out though. That's kept in. That pass just a little bit too far for Rooks. Alberta needs to settle things down. They've been under a lot of pressure the last couple of shifts. Still, they can't get it out. Gandy will play it back. Walton. Up to DeVoe. DeVoe gets it, shoots it in. They'll go into forecheck. Williams in there first for Saskatchewan. Quickly across to Bassett. Bassett slipped, but got it up ahead to Henschel. Henschel, good pass off the boards. Taken over there by Bassett. Can't get a shot on goal. Scramble in front. Schreiber's got it and covers up. We will be right back. Face-off control by Alberta. Can't get it out. Reed battling hard. It's kept in. Dumped right back in. High off the glass. This one will come out. Getting back there first for Saskatchewan was Thompson. Ball goes way up in the air. Moe going back. Bassett on him. That's Jeff Bassett. There's also Jeremy Bassett in the game for Saskatchewan. There's 83 and 39. There's Michael Bugg stealing it at the blue line. Bugg taking it in left, drops it back towards the blue line. A shot by White, right on goal. But Schreiber in good position, takes it, holds on. There is no rebound. Both teams making changes. Alberta get it deep. Can they get in there and forecheck? But the ball is attempted to be cleared by Saskatchewan. That hits one of the beams here in the ceiling at Huntington Hills. So the face-off will stay in the Saskatchewan end. Ginther for Alberta. Williams for Saskatchewan. Williams wins it back to his defense. White. Pass through the middle. Here's Drake with a partial break. Backhand save is made. Alberta wanted a penalty. Drake looking for the trailer, but that pass was picked off, cleared down the floor, and that will go for flooring against Alberta. Scott Drake took that pass at the blue line. Didn't really get clear of the defense. Forced to shoot it on his backhand. Didn't get a lot on it. Schreiber made the save. And we remain at 1-0. Face-off down to the right of Schreiber. Ryan Orth will take it for Saskatchewan against Merkler of Alberta. Merkler won it. But out at center, it'll be kept in by Williams. Williams fires in around behind the goal. Saskatchewan send 2 forecheckers in, come up with the ball. Duran holding it, taking it into the corner. He likes to come back out at center to Williams. Williams just puts it back in deep again. They stay on it. First on it, Ryan Orth. Couldn't control it. Ball bouncing around at center. Saskatchewan will hold it in. Here's Hancock's. He's waiting for help. His team are making changes. He'll turn and shoot it. Schreiber will make the save. And now Saskatchewan will complete their line change, and Alberta will take advantage of the whistle to do the same. Hinchell to face off against Ginther, but now Ginther will be waved out. He was late coming in, so they're going to move him out. Coming in is Marco Mendez. Scores right from the face-off. Bit of a scramble draw. Nobody won it cleanly, but Saskatchewan player got a stick on it first. I believe that's Troy Rooks with the goal. Now this happens quickly. Mendez comes in, replaced Ginther. You see as the ball is dropped, nobody wins this face-off cleanly. It sits there in the circle, and there's number 17, Rooks, getting a stick on it, puts it in the far side, and he heads off to celebrate. 2-0. A great start for Saskatchewan. This is going to be a slashing call, I believe. Bingo, that's exactly what the referee indicates. The player had the stick knocked out of his hands. You'll see that call all day long. Marco Mendez. Oh, sorry, correction. It's the Saskatchewan player gone. It's number 11. Don't have 11 on my roster sheet. We'll see if we can figure out who that was. So power play for Alberta, trailing it by 2. Ryan Simonson is the penalized player. Number 11. Ball comes to the side of the goal. And the save is made. Greg Cunningham is the goaltender for Saskatchewan. Moe Down into the high slot, can't shoot it. Comes back to Mo. Mo with a wrist shot. That was stopped by White and then knocked down and cleared down the floor by Saskatchewan. Slashing penalty, 4-minute variety. Stick infractions of 4 minutes under CBHA rules. 3 minutes to go in the man advantage for Alberta. Williams back to get it. Williams pushed to the boards. Keeps on trucking. Ball comes out, and a great job to hold it in by Ellsworth. He's got it again. He'll go the other side to Mo, back to Ellsworth. Thought about one timing. Likes to come down along the wall into the circle now. Reed gets the return pass. Can't shoot it. Back to Ellsworth. Put it in wide. Was hoping for a deflection. Cormier took it off the end boards. Right back to Ellsworth. This time he will shoot it. Blocked. Good job by Bug. Reed having a look around. Back to Ellsworth. Over the other side. Merkler. That shot went wide. Rebound was there. Still loose. Ball still not covered. Comes free, and that'll be cleared out of play by Williams. Alberta coming close. So far unable to beat Cunningham in goal for Saskatchewan. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the power play. Merkler to face off against White. Saskatchewan come up with it, lift it high, and again that'll hit one of the beams here in the ceiling at Huntington Hills. That took 4 ticks off the clock, 1:56 to go now in the penalty. Alberta control the face-off. DeVoe, Ellsworth, Reed, can't shoot it, back to Ellsworth. Ball hopped a little bit. DeVoe has it down into the corner. Again, pass in the feet of the Alberta player. That will allow Saskatchewan to put a little bit of pressure on. But Gandy able to bring it all the way back to center, give himself a little bit of breathing room. Down to DeVoe, into the middle, went past everybody. Hopping on it there was White, and White will clear it down the floor. Minute 15 to go in the power play. And sliding out to break that up was Bassett. Jeremy Bassett. Priestner, long shot kicked away by Cunningham. DeVoe hops on the rebound and comes in front. Scramble in front. Cormier had a chance but had his stick tied up. Priestner one-hands it back out into the middle. It'll come across. DeVoe in front. Knocked down. DeVoe stays with it. Shot just goes wide. Comes off the end boards. They score! Cormier. Saskatchewan blocked that first attempt, but as the player tried to clear it, Cormier got to it, took a shot, comes off the end boards. It wasn't Cormier who took the shot, it was Cormier down in the crease who took the rebound off the end boards, gets it past Cunningham, and it is 2-1. Big power play goal that time for Alberta. Cut into that Saskatchewan lead, now just a 1-goal lead for the team in green. Mendez backhands it down the floor. Whistle goes. Face-off will be in the Saskatchewan end. Alberta has it. Garwan from just outside the blue line plays it in. Mendez behind the goal. A little bit too far for Reed. Podoretsky for Saskatchewan up along the boards. battle over along the far boards, along the wall. Michael Bugg knocks it down, clears it in. Percy Moe goes back to get it. Takes it behind the goal, rings it around the boards. Thompson waiting for it back at the blue line for Saskatchewan. He and Mendes get all caught up. Mendes' stick goes flying. What an opportunity for Saskatchewan. And the player is complaining that the net had moved slightly. They'll put it back. Well, if the net had come off, the whistle would have gone anyway. Either way, wouldn't have been a goal. Well, that's Bassett, 83, who took that shot. He said the net was not positioned properly. It was back a little further than it should have. And his shot just missed that post by inches. But the argument, if he'd won it, still wouldn't have been a goal. DeVoe at center couldn't handle that pass. It was a little bit behind him. Long pass up at center to DeVoe. He'll play it over to the left side. Reed dumps it in, but it goes off the stick of the Saskatchewan defender up into the mesh. 5:32 to go, first period, 2-1. This important game in the Masters between the second and third place teams. 2 points separate these teams, 3 points for a win. First place team in the Masters currently, the Montreal Machine. They are 3-0 for 9 points. Alberta perfect to this point, but they've only played 2, so they're 3 points shy of Montreal. Saskatchewan will bring it in. Drake. Cleared away, down the floor. Back to pick it up is Simonson. Up at the blue line. Duran. To the near board. Simonson. Couldn't get it out on the first try, does on the second. Batted in by Koulis. Koulis goes into forecheck. Hard against Simonson. Down in the corner. Crossland gets away from the forechecker. Good outlet pass to Duran. He'll get it to center. Try to dump it in. Knocked down at the blue line. Hancock's, he'll shoot it in. Walton for Alberta. Walton just gets rid of it. Comes down to the Saskatchewan blue line. Bassett with it. Up to Gammon. It's not in over the blue line yet. Oh, yes, it was. They had gained the zone. My mistake. Rooks right out in front, went by everybody. Cormier got a stick on it, cleared it. Priestner will get to it first. Priestner one-on-one with Bassett. Cormier was trying to catch up, and he's pulled up limp. You see, he was grabbing the back of his leg as he started to make his run. Looks like a hamstring issue for Cormier. He was running, trying to make it a 2-on-1, and just outside the blue line, pulled up and grabbed the back of his leg. That long shot hits the glass in behind the goal, picked up by Alberta. Reed will clear it in. That's Justin Reed. Thompson tried the little toe drag as he got in front of the goal. That didn't work, and it is cleared out by Alberta. Under 3 to play. Mentioned we've got a couple of Bassetts playing for Saskatchewan, a couple of Reeds playing for Alberta. Greg Reed is number 16 and Justin Reed is number 19. That's cleared down the floor. That'll be a flooring call. We've got 2:29 left to go. We'll come back to finish this period in just a second. On the face-off, a shot. That was right on goal. It was loose in front of the open net. And another shot. Schreiber with 2 or 3 big saves. One went off the post. Schreiber turns and gives the post a little hug. Says thank you very much. Another shot, another save by Schreiber. This one with the left pad. Backhand doesn't get through. Fanning on it was White on that attempt. Saskatchewan continuing the pressure. Drake looking for it. Drake has got it. Threw it out in front. Racing in was Crossland. He couldn't get a stick on it. Again, Saskatchewan hold it in. Simonson with this shot. White getting it out in front. Backhand. This time Schreiber's got it. He says, okay, I am going to hold on to this. Let's get a whistle. Everybody catch their breath. Let's get some fresh legs out there. Great shift that time by Saskatchewan, and Alberta decides they need an extra few seconds to catch their breath. They've called a timeout. 4 or 5 saves by Schreiber. I'm laughing because I look down at Carson Schreiber. He's going to that goalpost to his right and giving it a little rub and a pat. He likes to talk to the goalposts, says Carson Schreiber. I've noticed that in a couple of games we've done. Got a minute 43 to go in this period. Still just a 1-goal game. We've had lots of action after a slow start. First few minutes were filled with whistles, but it has picked up since then. Orth trying to get it towards the front of the goal, cleared away by Walton. Merkler gets to it. Merkler can't get it out. Great play over there by Ponarotsky. Reed, Justin Reed, into the middle, looking for later. Shot, looking short side. It just went over the top of the goal. Reed will get to it himself. Back to Walton. Threw it in, comes off the end boards. Doesn't get in front of the goal, though, and it is cleared away by Saskatchewan. Duran at center to Hancock's. Shoots it in. Right in front. Pass came to Hancock's and it went up over the top of the goal into the mesh. They're indicating the faceoff will come outside the blue line. Under a minute to play now, 53.2 seconds. Moe. Hard around the boards, out at center, kept in by Dove. Gammon to Henschel. He's looking to get it to Rooks. Dove breaks that up. Beatty at center. Henschel over to Rooks, and Rooks will backhand it down. Yarwan. 15 seconds to go in the period. Long pass. They were trying to spring Dennis Davison up at the blue line and misfired, and they've given up a faceoff back in their own end with just 11 seconds to go. Big face-off here in the Alberta end. Ball goes into the corner. Michael Bugg trying to kick it free. One last chance to get it out in front. 4 seconds, and it's taken away, and that will do it. Time will expire here at the end of the first period. 2-1. Saskatchewan leading Alberta, again in this important game in the Masters. 5-minute break between periods. We'll catch our breath and be right back. You're watching the 2021 Canadian Ball Hockey Association Men's A, Women's A, and Masters National Championships from the Huntington Hills Arena in Calgary, Alberta. And the buzzer sounds to indicate the end of the first intermission, or the only intermission. They played 2 periods. Right now, Saskatchewan leading Alberta by a score of 2-1. Coming up next at noon, our next game will be the men's A competition. It will be between the Saskatoon Buffalo and Edmonton BHC. Right now, this is just the first of 8 games we have for you today from Huntington Hills. Big scramble to the side of the Alberta goal. Michael Bug with it down in the corner. He's pushed to the boards by Donaghy. Getting to it and clearing it out. It's Alberta just out over center. Brought back in, onside. Bug swinging around, backhand, weak one through the crease. Koulis over to pick it up. Priestner dumped it in, but doesn't get it deep. Turn back out again. Yarwan to Moe. Up to Priestner. Saskatchewan were changing. Priestner bring it in over the blue line. Shoots right on goal. That went through the goalie and came out the other side. White with a shot. Kicked away by Schreiber. Back of the point. Dove will wind up, shoot it. That went wide of the goal. Ricochets over along the far boards. DeVoe gets to it first for Alberta. DeVoe plays it back into the corner for Yarwan, over to Percy Moe. Priestner tried to chip it out, missed on the first opportunity, a little bit too strong on the second, and that'll be a flooring call against Alberta. Let's give you one more game in the schedule. As we mentioned, coming up next, we've got the men's A, Saskatoon Buffalo, Edmonton BHC. That'll be followed at 1:30 by Calgary Phantoms and Vancouver Falcons. Phantoms and Falcons, shot right on goal, save made by Schreiber. Beattie able to keep it in, but that's going to go up in to the mesh. Let's see who they say touched it last. Beattie arguing it was tipped by the Alberta player. Referee says no, right off of your own stick. Beattie continuing to argue his point. Not going to win that argument. Players seldom do. Williams cutting for goal. He gets headed off at the pass and is taken away by Alberta. Reed, Justin Reed. White for Saskatchewan. White, good pass to Williams. He's got Drake on his other side. Tried to shoot it. It went off the stick of Mendez, up and out of play. So the face-off will stay there to the right of Carson Schreiber. Two number 9s, Orth against Leaner. Comes back at the point. That shot went wide from Jeremy Bassett. Greg Reed gets it in over the blue line, drives it down deep into the corner. He'll go in. Up against him was Williams. Orth in to help out for Saskatchewan. Ball comes loose, and Jason Duran will bring it away for Saskatchewan up at the blue line. Was trying to get it to Bassett. It was touched. Donaghy down in the corner over the other side. Koulis with the pass up ahead. Priestner trying to get to it. Priestner goes to the boards, wins the battle, then has it knocked off his stick, taken away by Simonson. Get it up to Henschel. Henschel gains the blue line. Throws it in front. That's picked off. Ginther gains the blue line. Goes the other side. Rooks tried to get a stick on it. Moe from way out looking for the deflection. It's in front of the goal. Now it goes to the boards and cleared out. Moe will get to it first. Play will continue. Long stretch pass up to Ginther into the middle for Davison. His shot was blocked. Bug back to his defense. Back up to Bug at center. Bug will bring it in over the blue line. Drops it back. Thompson fed it through the middle. Pass was behind Bassett. Moe to the boards for Yarwan. Reed to Davison. Davison in over the blue line. Drops it back for Reed. Reed continuing on. He gets a shot that goes off the stick of White and up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Saskatchewan end. 15:55 left to go. We are in the second period. Leonard against Thompson. Thompson gets waved out. Coming in to take the face-off, Jeff Bassett. Podoretsky down in the corner, trying to get away from a couple of forecheckers. Reed is there, kicks it loose. Merkel along the boards. Loses it. Thompson can't get it out. Slapped back in. Alberta now applying the pressure. That went through the crease to the other side. Bassett will pick it up there. Merkel was knocked down. Gets up, shaking his head. Podoretsky. He'll clear it in, head to the bench. Walton will pick it up there for Alberta. Pass off the stick of Davison. Williams with a shot. Schreiber with the save. Rebound is there, but calmly taken away by Walton. He'll ring it around the boards. It'll get past everybody. Nobody touched it, so that will be a flooring call against Alberta. Face-off win by Alberta. Ball sits there at center. Jumping on it is Mendez. Gets it to Reed. That's onside. Reed with the long shot. Just missed. White will pick it up over in the far boards. Gets it down deep. Running hard. Donaghy. And he goes to the boards. Big collision back there. No checking allowed, but collisions happen. This is not a game for the faint of heart, folks. Over the stick of Mendez. It was intended for him up at the blue line, so once again it'll be a flooring call against Alberta. Both teams have tightened up defensively here in the second. Not a lot of scoring chances, just under 6 minutes in. Saskatchewan able to get it down as far as the Alberta blue line. Then it's stolen and brought in. That shot off the stick, up and out of play. Huntington Hills here in Calgary is a community center. One of the venues is this arena. They also host a summer daycare or summer day camp for young children, and the instructors, the camp counselors, whatever you want to call them, have decided to take a lot of the kids in to the arena this morning to watch this ball hockey game. Maybe we've got some budding ball hockey players, people whose interest will be piqued, these young people, but we've got about 20 or so of them sitting right down below our broadcast location taking in this game. Watching some high-level ball hockey at these national championships. So sometimes you watch the Masters games, and it's hard to believe that there's much difference between this and the men's A. The competition is still just as fierce. The games are just as rough. And the skill level is definitely there. And even the older legs still have got a little life in them. These guys are running hard out there. Gedney knocked it down. Merkler from top of the circle, wired it over the top of the goal. Brooks takes it off the half wall, kept in by Merkler. Dumped into the corner. Reed took it off the boards, got a shot from a sharp angle. Cunningham shut the door, held the post, didn't give up a rebound. Leonard against Thompson. Taken back behind the goal by Simonson. Simonson taking his time. Thompson's up at the blue line directing traffic. They come to Thompson. Plays it off the boards just a little bit too far for Bassett. Schreiber's going to come out and cover it up. Just about a foot shorter, and Bassett may have been able to take that one off the boards. Instead, it was just out of his reach. Reed one-hands it down the floor, then he'll go chase, trying to get to it ahead of Crossland. They arrive at the ball at about the same time, and it goes out of play into the Saskatchewan players' bench. That touched somebody over at the bench, so they'll redo that face-off right there. Face-off won by Alberta cleanly, back to Moe. He'll backhand it down deep. Crossland there first for Saskatchewan. Moe able to keep it in. Davison. Mendez looking for it. Can't get it in front. It's picked off by Saskatchewan out towards the blue line. Yarwin has to hustle back in his own end. On him quickly was Bassett. Bassett trying to knock it loose. We've got a penalty coming up. I believe it's going to go to Yarwin for holding. And based on his reaction, that is indeed who the penalty will be against. Alan Yarwin. 2 for holding. Power play for Saskatchewan. They lead it 2-1. So they try and move into second place ahead of Alberta. Again, Montreal in first place with 9 points right now. White will set up here on the power play for Saskatchewan. Williams, sharp angle. That shot was right on goal. Blocker save was made. Batted out of the air into the Saskatchewan bench. I think that's a ground rule double. If we were playing a different sport. Picked off, cleared down the floor. Minute 30 to go in the power play. Bassett gets it in over the blue line and plays it back to center. They'll set up there. White to Drake, Scott Drake. It comes back to White, back to Drake. To White. Bassett tried to feed it into the middle, and that was picked off. This one stays in play, goes down the floor. Cunningham, the goaltender, will get it. Under a minute to go now in the power play. Simonson. That's onside. Williams leaves it for Thompson. Back to Simonson. Over to Crossland. Down into the corner. Tried to get it to Williams in front. That came across for Thompson. Chance there for Williams in front. What a save by Schreiber. Just held his ground. Bouncing ball ended up on the stick of Crossland right in front of Schreiber. Great scoring opportunity. That goes into the mesh. Crossland. I think we've got the Dean Crossland fan club down to our right. Shot that just missed. Puck at it with it back at the blue line rather. To Crossland. Crossland having a look around, the captain of the Mammoth. Sharp angle scores to make the cross crease pass. Getting a stick on it was Thompson. Great pass from the corner. See, Bassett leads the charge. Let's see. Ball down in the corner. As Bassett makes that pass across. And there is Thompson to jam it home. 3-1 for Saskatchewan as they take advantage of their power play opportunity and restore their 2-goal lead. That comes with 9:13 left to go in regulation time. Priestner will bring it in over the blue line. Priestner with a snapshot that went off the defense. Goes to the corner. Turnaround shot, scores! Quick response by the Alberta Havoc. Here's Priestner with the first shot. That one is blocked. The ball goes into the corner. Priestner turns, fires. And it's 3-2. So that 2-goal lead didn't last very long. Just about 21 seconds leave the difference between the 2 goals. Face-off controlled by Saskatchewan. Podoreski can't get it deep. Up ahead to Priestner. Priestner's got some room on the left side. Shot, pad save. Didn't get a lot on it. Henschel will come away with it. Off the boards. Rooks couldn't get to it. Moe back with it. Moe. Bounce off, funny bounce off the boards. What happened? The gate was opening over at the Alberta bench. They hit the inside of the door and came out on a weird angle. Stayed in play. It's lifted high in the air. Players jump ball there. Rooks trying to get to it. Ginther hopped over his stick. Beatty's lost his stick. Picks it up. Ginther's got it. Drop pass looking for Leonard. A little bit too soft. That was intercepted. Donahue. Backhanded in by Ginther. Cunningham out to play it. He'll throw it to the far corner. Dove backhanded along the boards. They get around Donahue. Here comes Bassett. Bassett down the right side. All kinds of room. Shoots. Oh, there was room. Short side. Just missed it. So it went over the crossbar. But there was space there. You could see it from here. Ginther clears it in. Simonson back to get it. Nice play by the defense that time for Alberta, too, on that. Basically a 2-on-1. Took the pass away. Made the forward shoot it. And let the goaltender deal with the shot. Four players pile into the corner. The ball comes loose. Comes out towards center and it'll get out over center all the way back inside the Alberta zone. Walton back there with it for the Havoc. Greg Reed gets it over center, clears it in. Williams and Justin Reed go in there. Reed gets to it first. Davison. Ball bouncing around, reaching for it was Mendez. The ball goes up and out of play. Everybody claims the other team touched it last. The referee says last touch by Saskatchewan, so the faceoff will stay in their end. Davison will take the faceoff for Alberta. Again, somebody moved prematurely. Davison against Bassett. Davison trying to barge towards the front of the goal. That went off the crossbar as it bounced up. Davison, who took the face-off, just tried to bull his way towards the front of the goal. Then it was chipped and went off a stick and hit the crossbar. Jason Duran into the middle. Taken by Alberta up ahead. Here's Mendez. Mendez all alone. Alberta's changing. Moe, long shot. Went off a stick into the corner. Alberta with it behind the goal. Everybody piling up. In front comes back. Shot. That one hit the goal post. They've had a crossbar and a goal post. Koulis with it. Koulis able to win that battle and keep it onside. Donahue. Diving out to break that up was Michael Gammon. The ball went into the players' bench. Two great chances for Alberta to tie this up. Earlier, Schreiber was thanking his goal post. Well, maybe Greg Cunningham needs to take the crossbar, the goal post out for a beer after this one. Let's see how it finishes. Lots of time left, just over 5 minutes. Backhand it down. It won't be enough for flooring. Kula's back to get it. Crossland back at his own blue line. Good pass up ahead. Finds Bassett. Bassett in over the blue line. Bug trying to make a run for goal. Gets it on his backhand. Shot went wide as it went off the toe of his stick. In behind the goal. Whistle goes. I think the net was moved. So they will go back to fix that. Just under 4.5 to go now here in the second period. Only played 2, so 4.5 in regulation. There is a provision for overtime. We have seen a few overtime games already in these championships. We've had one here at Huntington Hills. I think they've had a couple over at Murray Copot. The faceoff comes into Schreiber. He'll hold it. And during the round robin, the overtime rule is you play 5 minutes of 4-on-4. If that doesn't settle it, no shootout, simply ends in a tie. Both teams get 1 point. Reed, Greg Reed, down into the corner. Merkler trying to get to it, but getting there first is Williams. Leonard, shot off a leg, into the mesh. Face-off will stay right there. The second period has been very evenly played. Chances both sides, each team with a goal. This will be a flooring call against Saskatchewan as the ball gets over the goal line. We'll come back down to our left once again. That shot was stopped by Beattie of Saskatchewan. Alberta continuing to press right now. Yarwan with a shot that went wide. Right through the crease. Nobody could get a stick on it for Alberta. Stopped at center by Koulis. Koulis will keep on going. Koulis with a shot. Again off Beattie. Comes off the end boards. Hits the back of the goal. Again, the net was moved. Face off. Stay right there. Alberta trying to get that tying goal. They fell behind 3-1 here in the second. Just 21 seconds later came back and scored to make it a 1-goal game again. But they still trail by 1. Moe turns, fires it. Priestner with a chance. Toe save made by Cunningham. Looked like it may have been going wide. Cleared down the floor. Gadney back to get it. Turning, shooting it, but it'll be flooring again. Under 3 to play now. Another very competitive game. Ball bounces down the floor again. Going to wave it off. No flooring. Play will continue. Donaghy. To Merkler. Merkler couldn't handle it cleanly. Rooks with it. Rooks dumps it in. Donaghy. High in the air. Didn't touch anything. One referee had his hand in the air indicating flooring. The other one waved it off. It'll come down the floor. Schreiber out to play it into the corner. They hit the mesh. And there's some discussion over that last call. The non-flooring and the non-going out of plays. It went up into the ceiling, went through the rafters, didn't touch anything. Play continues. Bassett coming off the boards, threw it in front. Thompson again was right there. This time Schreiber makes the save and then has a look behind him at the time clock. Sees that there is just under 2 minutes to go in this one. Bassett turns, shoots. Schreiber with another save. Beatty looking for a bug. It comes out. Priestner chips it off the boards, but much too hard. And that'll be a flooring call. That's not going to help the cause. Minute 39 to go. Down to a minute 39. Face off to the left of Carson Schreiber. Face off won by Alberta, but Drake got to it. Drake for Saskatchewan on the backhand, went off a stick. That'll stay in play down the corner. Comes off the dasher. Taken by Alberta. Up ahead. Trying to get to it is Ginther. Can't catch up to it before it crosses the goal line, and that will be a flooring call against Alberta. Again, Schreiber, the goaltender, has a peek at the time clock. He'll see that there's a minute 23 to go. If his team can get the ball down the floor, they'll look to get him out of the net. Big face-off win for Alberta. They'll control it. Percy Moe. Off the boards. Can they get it in? They do. Here's a chance. Davison. Davison all alone. Shoot. Scores! 1:11 to go. Alberta has tied it up. Dennis Davison. Defensive breakdown there by Saskatchewan. The ball's over at center. There you see Davison beginning to make his run. Gets it right at the blue line. He goes right along the floor, beats the goaltender 5-hole, and we are tied at 3. We are in for a big finish in this one. 1:11 to go. Overtime definitely a possibility. But still 71 seconds between now and overtime. Yarwan dumps it in. Stopped there by Cunningham. Saskatchewan will send it down the floor. It goes just wide of the goal, so now the face-off will be down in the Saskatchewan Mammoth end of the floor. Under a minute to play now. Backhand went off a foot to the boards. Priestner behind the goal, tries to wrap around. Cunningham gets the left pad down and shuts the door. More pressure by Alberta. Reed couldn't get it towards the front of the goal. Now Saskatchewan will bring it out. Bug got a piece of it. No flooring. 30 seconds left to go now. Alberta just get it out. They were changing. Nobody over here on this side. Merkler gets there and one hands it in. Cunningham will leave it for Simonson. Simonson looks up at the clock. Nowhere to go. Looks like they may be settling for overtime. Overtime favors Alberta. If it ends in a tie, teams get 1 point each. Alberta stays ahead of Saskatchewan by 1 point. But still, an additional 2 points up for grabs. As I say, a tie, if it ends that way, but we've still got 5 minutes to go to find out if that's the case, would favor Alberta. A goal by Alberta moves them into a first place tie with Montreal. A goal by Saskatchewan moves them ahead of Alberta and moves Alberta into third. So in a very, very important 5 minutes coming up for both these teams. As we wait overtime, we'll take a quick break and be back. We are in overtime. Reed takes it behind his goal, gives it to Moe. That's chipped up into the mesh right down below us. Face off just outside the Saskatchewan blue line. Both teams will change 4-on-4. We are playing for 5 minutes. Sudden death. Some people prefer sudden victory. I don't know. Sudden death just sounds so much more dramatic. I like it. Why change it? It's worked all these years. Tough going down along the boards. Podorotsky trying to work it up the boards for Saskatchewan. He'll get it back into the corner. Williams swings it around the boards. They'll come around here in the near side. Hustling back to go get it is Rob White. White. Mendez watching him. Over in the corner. Alberta sneaking in a change. Coming back on is Moe. Saskatchewan will get a change in as well. A little bit of room to roam. Bassett is forced back by DeVoe. Bassett gets the return pass. Trying to get around Ginther. He does. Can't get around Moe. The ball just rolls in to Schreiber. He's got it and holds on. 3:43 to go in overtime. Waiting just outside the glass are the two teams to take part in our next game. The men's A, Saskatoon Buffalo, and Edmonton BHC. Saskatchewan with it down low. Dove got it to the front of the goal. Schreiber has it there. Next game was scheduled for noon. It's going to run a little late because we are into overtime here. Knocked down at the point, shot, rattles around and then goes wide. Then it's batted out of the air wide. A couple of chances for Saskatchewan to end this. Bassett with a shot. That was blocked by Gandy. Ball at center. Both teams changing. Ball almost got to Bassett. Crossland. Up to Bassett. Donaghy's there. Crossland following up on it. Donaghy with it. Long pass up at center. They'll swing it quickly over to Merkler. Here's Merkler's got some room. Merkler shoots. Hit the goal post. Unbelievable action. Goaltender sprawled out. Merkler went short side, and it hit the goal post. Donaghy doesn't shoot it. Donaghy puts it towards the goal. It bounces around there. It's loose. Backhand try. Merkler looking for it. It's still loose. Now it comes out towards the blue line where Bug has it for Saskatchewan. Brought in onside. Broken up at the blue line and cleared out. Dove for Bug. Mo was back there for Alberta. Under 2 minutes to play in OT. Williams trying to get in, can't get a shot away, cut off by Yarwin. Mo with it. Mo will drop it back behind the goal to Yarwin. Mendez to center. In over the blue line, just onside. Mendez will take it back out. Gandy will get it down deep. Waiting for it back there was Leonard. Leonard still battling behind the goal. Gadney and Mendez are out in front. Leonard still with it, holding it. He'll come back to the point to Koulis. Koulis throws it back in behind the goal again. Leonard's waiting for it there. It comes out in front. Mendez with it now. Mendez turns, shoots. That's wide of the goal. White with it for Saskatchewan up at the blue line. Found Beattie. Back to White. White's got some room. White on the backhand, shoots. Save made by Schreiber. Under a minute to play. 3 big points on the line here. You get 3 for a regulation or overtime win. No points for a loss of any sort, and 1 point for a tie. Donaghy flips it up at the blue line, taken there by DeVoe, looking for Priestner. Priestner tried to backhand it back to DeVoe. He does, and a great defensive play. White, can he catch up to it along the boards? Donaghy is there first. White and Donaghy go to the boards. Simonson throws it behind the goal. Drake going in to look for it. It was Drake who made that great play back in his own end just a moment ago. And that'll do it. Time runs out. What a great game to start our coverage today. First of 8. We're just getting warmed up here. This game will end in a 3-3 tie. Each team picks up a point, so the Havoc now with 6 points, 3 points behind the Montreal Machine. Actually, let me correct myself. 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win. 1 point each if it ends in a tie. No points if you lose either way. Okay, so Alberta Havoc now with 6 points. Saskatchewan Mammoth with 5. They sit in second and third, respectively. Montreal Machine in first. All right, we need to take a break because we're going to be back very quickly with that game in the men's A. We have got the Saskatoon Buffalo taking on Edmonton BHC coming up next. Stay with us. We'll be back at noon. Well, it's just after noon now, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes with that game.